Okay, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to you. In today's video, I will explain briefly about what you need to do for your persuasive presentation. But first, in order for you to present persuasive presentation, you need to differentiate between fact and opinion. What does it mean by fact? What does it mean by opinion? Okay, fact is a statement that can be proven true or false based from evidence, statistic, or research. So usually for facts here, it can easily be found on the internet. We can easily know it is true or false. And it's more of objective facts. Okay, but for opinion, this is more subjective, and it is an expression of a person's feelings, emotion, thoughts, ideas. Okay, it is not based on evidence. And then we have a certain words that signal it is an opinion. For example, like according to, I think, in my opinion, I believe. Okay, it is also between debatable and non-debatable statements. Something that's debatable, it is persuasive or opinion. Statements which people might agree or disagree. So these are sometimes called arguments, assertion, or propositions. Okay, the example here, solar energy is the best way of meeting Australia's energy needs in the 21st century. Okay, for non-debatable statement, this is more of facts. Okay, no one would normally disagree or argue. So these are sometimes called facts. For example, coal and oil are the main sources of energy in Australia. So you can see that main source, it is not debatable. It is a fact. Unlike debatable statement, like the word the best way. Okay, the word best here is an opinion. So you can use this as an example for your persuasive topic. Okay, when you want to choose a topic for your persuasive presentation, you can write your title by starting with a question, should. Okay, should what? Okay, think of an opinion that can invite people to debate or argue with you. So for each topic, there should be at least two opinions, either agree or disagree. For example, should university students wear uniforms? Okay, when you read this question, you might have an opinion. Okay, yes, university students should wear uniforms. Or, no, I disagree with that. Okay, should not. So university students should not wear uniforms. So this question invites debates where people might agree or disagree with the statement. Okay, now let's see the argument. So I will show you examples of arguments that agree with the statement and disagree with the statement. Okay, if you agree that university students should wear uniforms, these are examples of arguments. Okay, so this is a topic, uniforms for university students, and this is your thesis statement. So how you can write your thesis statement, okay, in your presentation script. Okay, university students should wear uniforms because it can foster solidarity and eliminate social pressure. So these are the reasons why students should wear uniforms. Okay, the first argument, wearing uniforms can foster a sense of belonging and solidarity among university students. So this would be the main idea. But in your presentation, you have to add more of the supporting details and examples. The second argument, uniforms eliminate the pressure to dress in a certain way, which can lead to social pressure and even bullying. So based on these two arguments, you can see that these 2 points supports your thesis statement, which is agreement that university students should wear uniforms. Okay, next we're going to insert counter argument. Okay, what does it mean by counter argument? Counter argument is the opposite side. Okay, where your stand is agree, but the other side will be disagree. So you need to find at least one point that makes people disagree with the statement. Okay, so here counter argument is wearing uniforms limits students' freedom of expressions and individuality. University is a time when students are encouraged to express themselves, and uniforms can stifle this creativity. So counter argument here is where you acknowledge other people's arguments, meaning that you actually aware there is other sides of arguments. refutation. What does it mean, refutation? Okay, now you see the counter argument. Now you're going to refute. You want to counter back with your argument. Okay, this is an example of refutation for this argument. Okay, while it is true that uniforms can limit students' ability to express themselves through their clothing choices, it is important to consider that individuality can be expressed in many other ways, such as through their thoughts, ideas, and actions. So you can see here, how does this counter argument and refutation are related? So counter argument here, what are the people arguments, okay, about that topic, and then you refute it with your own stand, but make sure it is related to the counter arguments. Here we can say limit students' freedom of expressions and individuality. So for your refutation, you should refute about this students' freedoms of expressions. Okay, and then you need to give some supporting details and examples. The conclusion is the restatement of your thesis. Thus, university students should wear uniforms because it can foster solidarity and eliminate social pressure. Okay, this is an example where you agree that university students should wear uniforms. Now we look at another example. Okay, now we move on to the other opinion, which is I disagree that university students should wear uniforms. Okay, the topic is similar, uniforms for university students, but the thesis statement will be different, which is university students should not wear uniforms because it limits freedoms of expressions and not cost effective. Okay, based from this thesis statement, I can anticipate that these are the two arguments that you're going to explain. Okay, the first argument, university is a time for students to explore and express their individuality. And for the second point is implementing a uniform policy would be costly for the students, and it may not be practical for students who have varying schedules and needs, as well as for those who are struggling to pay tuition. Based from these 2 points, we can see clearly that these arguments support your opinion that students should not wear uniforms. Okay, now we look at the counter argument. For the counter argument with the opposing argument, just now you disagree that university students should not wear uniforms. So for counter argument here, you need to find what are the argument to agree that university students should wear uniform. So this is one example. Uniforms give students a professional appearance which can help them in the future when they enter the workforce. So this is a counter argument for this topic. And then the refutation here, you are going to refute with your own argument, but you must counter back with this argument. So while a professional appearance can be beneficial for students when they enter the workforce, there are other ways to promote professionalism, such as workshops and career counseling services. So this one you acknowledge. Okay, the opposite arguments state that okay, the uniforms have a good benefits, but there are other ways that you can show professionalism instead of using clothing. Okay, the conclusion here is actually the restatement of the thesis. Okay, thus university students should not wear uniforms because it limits freedoms of expressions and not cost effective. This one I just copy paste from the introduction, but in your presentation you can paraphrase it a bit. Okay. Okay, this is an example on how do I want you to write on Google document. Okay, this is how you're going to write your topic. For example, here SDG 1, no poverty. So this is the theme that you have chosen. And then I would like you to write your tentative title. Okay, the title here, it is recommended if you write in a form of questions. I think it's much easier for you to explain your opinion later, or for you to persuade your audience. Okay, this is an example. Should cash transfer programs be the main aid to reduce poverty? So this one related to the SDG. Okay, the outline here, I would like to focus on these 5 items. Okay, thesis, argument 1, argument 2, counter argument, and refutation. Okay, the thesis here you write whether you agree or disagree with these questions. Okay, in this case, I give example, I agree that cash transfer program should be the main aid to reduce, okay, poverty. So what are arguments that makes you agree with that statement? Okay, for example, the first one, cash transfer programs provide immediate financial assistance for poor individuals to purchase things they need to survive. Okay, so this is the first argument, provide immediate financial support. Argument 2 or main point 2, cash transfer programs are more efficient than other forms because they are easier to distribute and the money can be used to purchase items that are really needed. Okay, these two support your opinion that you agree with this statement. The counter argument, this is where other peoples do not agree about cash transfer program. So the counter argument here, so you just choose one. Okay, cash transfer programs may not reach everyone in need, especially those who live in remote areas. So this is what other people think about the cash transfer program, which is may not reach everyone in need. But you're going to refute that. Okay, refute this argument. Okay, while cash transfer programs may not reach everyone in need, they can still have a significant impact on poverty reduction by targeting the most vulnerable and marginalized group through appropriate targeting mechanisms. Okay, so this is where you are going to refute this. Okay, other people may think it's not suitable or may not reach everyone, but you think there is significant impact, but with appropriate targeting mechanisms. Okay, that's all for today's video. So if you have any problems in order to outlining your arguments or any question related to your persuasive presentation, you can just text me. Okay, thank you. I'll see you in the next class.